Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rising Hawk Tarot. This video is for the Sun Bear Zodiac sign of the deer. I am doing a medicine wheel spread using the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck for the initial spread. I will be clarifying with the Fairy Wicca Tarot. And at the very end of the reading, I will pull three main themes for the month for the deer. So hello to all my fellow deer out there. I myself am a deer in the Sun Bear Zodiac. So hello to all my fellow deer. And awesome. It looks like a great spread so far. So let's go ahead and get started for the deer. So we always start in the center of the medicine wheel, and here we start with the deer. So first of all, I'll say that anytime in a reading that you show up as yourself, this puts you in a very strong position. So we start in a very strong position this month, dear. So the deer is just like it's really saying to just celebrate ourselves this month. Because again, we are in a place, we're coming up in a place of power, having that deer show up there. Um, and so yeah, it's just asking us to celebrate us, celebrating our birth, just celebrating everything that we are. But let's clarify this deer energy. So with the deer, we have the sun child. So this would represent the sun in the original tarot, and the sun is the best card in the deck, no matter what the reading is. If the sun card shows up in the reading, it really puts everything a more positive spin on everything. It really is the best card in the deck. It represents celebration, joy, love. So again, more celebration. Both of these cards were cards of celebrating. And again, I think it's just really celebrating ourselves and just showing ourselves a lot of appreciation, love, and gratitude for everything that we've done, everything that we are doing. Next, we go over to the east of the wheel, and here we have the stingray energy. So the stingray is developing our self-confidence, which again, I know myself, my confidence levels have definitely risen. I would say probably over the last 6 months. For anybody who watched some of my first tarot videos, I was quite nervous. um, but so we're really developing our self-confidence, and it makes sense that this shows up in the east of the wheel because this is where our warrior animal sits. This is also where raw power sits for the great teachers. So it's really a pivotal point for the deers this month in our personal growth, right? When we are deciding to leave, deciding between our old life and our new life. So I really, really love that. But let's clarify that stingray energy. So with the stingray, we have the star. So a lot of hope, a lot of blessings. And again, I do believe that the stingray, like this development of our self-confidence, this is because we have started to learn how to follow our North Star, to be our authentic selves. I love it. I love it. Next, we go over to the west of the wheel. And here we have the swan energy. And this is a card of effortless creativity. It's also a very potent healing energy. So I do feel like a lot, again, as a deer myself, I have done a lot of healing, like I said, especially in the past 6 months, and really over the past year, there has really been a lot of healing. And again, I think this is a lot of what we are being asked to celebrate this month, is to celebrate all the hard work that we have put in to our healing, to and just reflect on all those things. But let's clarify this swan energy. So with the swan, we have the poetical justice card. So yes, again, I do feel like like this swan energy is that potent healing energy. And again, we've done a lot of healing. You have done a lot of healing. Um, and like the poetic justice card, I feel like other people are seeing it now. Maybe, and it could be people um, who kind of poo-pooed the idea, when we started this healing process. People are going to be like, oh, like the ones that poo-pooed it and said it was, oh, like that's just silly stuff. That's woo-woo stuff. Um, you know, they're actually going to recognize this month all the work and all the healing that you have done. So there is going to be a bit of a turnaround, I would say, in perspective with the people around us. Um, Next, we go to the south of the wheel. And here we have this dolphin energy. And again, it's another card of healing. It's also a card of having a strong spiritual practice and a strong connection to spirit. And it really says to seek out like-minded souls, like-minded people. And again, as a deer myself, this is definitely something that I have been doing really, especially over this past year, even year and a half, is really finding those connections with people who are of like mind. Um, and this is bringing in a lot of blessings for us, finding those like-minded individuals. And it's almost like finding your soul family. Whoops. All right. Well, we'll take that card that just jumped out. Okay. And this is the Ardri of Doham. So this would represent the Knight of Pentacles. And by the way, I know that I am not pronouncing that correctly. I'm not very good at pronunciation. Um, but anyway, it would represent the Knight of Pentacles. Um, so this is, I would say, what this is saying, as much as we are looking for these connections with other people, it's kind of saying to manage your expectations, and just don't um, jump on to the first person that has similar thinking to you. Um, it's saying to be intelligent about the connections that we make. And it also says that the stronger we are with our own connection to spirit, and the stronger we are with our spiritual practice, the easier it will be to manage our expectations and to have perspective. The Knight of Pentacles is also the only card in the tarot that is not moving. So any deers who are not moving yet, it's time to get moving. It's time to plant that seed and start moving forward. Okay, next we go to the north of the wheel. And here we have hummingbird energy. So the hummingbird energy, um, this is a card of savoring every moment in life. This card says that every drop of life is sweet, and that we should savor every moment of it. And so this is coming up in the north, which is the area of our mind. So again, I think a lot of us are are in this kind of new way of thinking, where we're not letting as many of the little things bother us anymore, and we're just allowing um, our experiences to be what they are. We're not trying to force them. We're just enjoying them as they are. And we're not looking at them as bad or good. They just are, is kind of the message that's coming through. And that's freeing us from a lot of stress and anxiety, I would say. Okay, but let's clarify here with the hummingbird energy. We have the Seven of Air. So this would represent the Seven of Swords. So yes, I would say, and again, the deer do tend to be very creative. Um, and so I do feel that we have learned to outwit our obstacles, which is, the Seven of Swords. It can be a card of lying, cheating, and stealing, but again, it can also be a card of tactics and outwitting your obstacles. So I really think that this, it, first of all, for the deer, for us deer, it that almost comes naturally to us, where we are very quick thinkers and we're problem solvers. So I do think that we have really harness this Seven of Swords energy to outwit our obstacles. And this is what is allowing us to enjoy life in the moment. Next, we go down to the southeast of the wheel. And here we have dragonfly energy. So this dragonfly energy is always moving. It's always shifting, always changing, which again, the deer are very adaptable that way. They are always shifting, always changing. And it's also saying if you find yourself this month um, being up in your head at all, really calm the mind so that the light of your wisdom can shine through. Because you do see clearly now. You're really starting to have that clarity of thought. And again, that's part of the shift. Something has shifted, and we are now seeing things in a different way. We are seeing more joy in our lives and around us. Like again, especially with that hummingbird energy as well. But let's clarify this dragonfly energy. Hmm. Okay, so with the dragonfly, sorry, we have the chariot. So again, that dragonfly was about changing, about shifting. And the chariot can be a card of travel. It can be a card of moving. So I do feel that some deer may actually be making the choice to move in the near future, like a physical move. Um, but it could also, though, those who are not actually physically moving, you could be choosing to make a different kind of move, like a changing of a job or, just any kind of change. It could be a different change to your morning routine, but you're moving on from something. You are changing something that is an everyday. I hope that makes sense. Okay, next we go over to the southwest of the wheel. And here we have this dragon energy. And the dragon energy represents our third chakra. So this is what I call the I am center, our solar plexus chakra. It is also our power center. So this is where our sense of personal power comes from. And I think right now, a lot of us deer are, really claiming our personal power. Some of us may have been sitting quietly in the background for a long time, but we are finally stepping into our personal power, and we have a better understanding of self. So let's clarify this dragon energy. So with the dragon, we have the Two of Time. So this would represent the Two of Wands. And this is a card of leaving a comfort zone. And again, I do feel like that's what we have done with this dragon energy. You know, um, we have left the comfort zone of sitting quietly to the side and not saying anything. Um, and we've stepped into the idea of claiming our personal power, of speaking our truth, of sharing what we think and feel with the world. And like I said, instead of sitting in that quiet energy off to the side, we are now standing in our power. I absolutely love it. Next, we go to the northwest of the wheel, and here we have the golden egg. And this represents our heart chakra. So I do find it kind of interesting that we go from the third chakra up to the next chakra, which is the heart chakra. And this is us expressing our our personal power, expressing what is on our heart, the things that weigh on our heart, the things that bring our hearts joy. You know, we are no longer afraid to express those things. We are no longer afraid to share our needs and our wants with the world. But let's clarify this golden egg. So with the golden egg, we have, yes, the Father God. So this would represent the Emperor. So this means that we are standing strong. We have a strong foundation under us now, which is giving us that courage from the dragon, you know, to speak what's on our heart, to share what's on our heart. So yes, we are standing in our own personal power and our personal authority at this time, but it's all coming from that heart chakra. It's all coming from a place of love, which I absolutely love. So now it's the last card in the spread. We go to the northeast of the wheel, and here we have Panther energy. So the Panther energy, um, it's an annihilation of the unnecessary. And I know that that sounds very hard, but that's really what it is. The panther represents a serious purging, and again, getting rid of anything in our lives that is not necessary, anything that is holding us back. And I always find it interesting because my death animal is a panther. So usually when I see the panther come up in a reading, it to me it says something needs to end, something needs to go, something needs to die, because it is my death animal. So I do feel like for a lot of us there is still a purging that needs to happen. We have done all of this wonderful work, we've done all this wonderful healing, and it's time to get rid of anything left over, any, you know, anything that hasn't been taken care of yet. It's time to purge it. And again, this could feel a little bit uncomfortable, um, but it's going to lead to a better place. So Spirit just asks that you trust and you be brave in the process of the purging. But let's clarify that Panther energy. So with the Panther, we have the Anira of Time. So this would be the Page of Wands. So again, this is the purging is going to allow us to continue what we're doing. It's going to allow us to have that inspired enthusiasm that we started with. Because again, that Panther energy can be quite uncomfortable. You know, but it says once we have done that, once we've had that purge, we are going to be re-inspired again. There is going to be a new uh, spark lit or a new fire lit. And I also feel that we are going to embody the same strengths that we admire in other people. So I love that. Okay, now the three main themes for the deer for the month of November. Abundance, integrity, and initiation. Um, so again, I do feel a lot of abundance coming in for us, especially because, like, again, we have stepped into who we are, you know, and we are getting rid of those things that are holding us back and are getting in the way of this flow of abundance. So, again, once that purge happens, I feel like, yes, the abundance will just start flowing. Um, and again, the integrity. Again, I think a lot of the good things that have been happening for us have, you know, and the rise in our confidence and all of that is to do with standing in integrity, standing in who we are, and not hiding ourselves anymore. And then we also have initiation. And again, so it's almost like we have gone through the initiation process. All the healing that we have done up until this point has been the initial initiation. And now we, like I said, we are standing in our own personal power, our own personal authority, and it is absolutely beautiful. I see a lot of good things coming in for the deer this month, so I love it. Great reading, probably one of the best readings that I've done so far for November. So I love it. That is awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It really does help me and my channel. I love and appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.